That was Holy by Aquaculture on CHMA 106.9 FM in Sackville, New Brunswick, Voice of the Marshes. I'm Maya Noel, and you are listening to the Late Morning Show, and we also listened to Summer Rain by Robinson Kirby. Next up, we have Big Harp with Boys Don't Cry, and then we have Conley with Ile Labo.
Voice of the Marshes.
Hi, I'm Alex, and you're listening to CHMA.
The time is 9 o'clock, and you are listening to CHMA 106.9 FM.
And now it's time for your CHMA News. We're broadcasting from Sackville, New Brunswick, the heart of the Maritimes and the traditional and unceded lands of the Mi'kmaq people. Coming up in the next 15 minutes, we'll have your local news, Atlantic update, weather, sports update, and some community announcements.
Hello, happy Friday, and welcome to CHMA Local News here in Tantramar. I'm Clinton Davis. Well, today is decision day for anyone considering a run in Tantramar's municipal election. The nomination deadline is set for 2 p.m. this afternoon, marking the final opportunity for candidates to enter the race for mayor and council ahead of the May 11 vote. As of this morning, the race is shaping up across the municipality. 3 candidates are currently running for mayor: Sabine Dietz, Terry Jones, and Debbie Wiggins-Caldwell. Debbie Wiggins-Caldwell is currently deputy mayor. At the ward level, there's some competition as well. Ward 1 has 3 candidates, while Ward 2 and Ward 5 each have 2. Ward 3, of course, which is Sackville proper, has the largest field with 8 candidates running for 4 council seats. But in Ward 4, there's currently only 1 candidate, Kristen LeBlanc. If no additional names are submitted before the 2 p.m. deadline, that seat will be decided by acclamation, meaning no vote will be required. That is up in the Midget area. Whoever is elected will step into council at a time when several key issues are already underway. Those include ongoing pressure around electricity costs tied to NB Power, the issue of the NB Power gas plant itself, implementation of the municipal budget, recent governance changes within Sackville Fire and Rescue, installing an elevator, among other changes needed for the Civic Center, and more. Council will also be managing economic development decisions, infrastructure priorities, and growing demand for community programming as the region heads into the spring and summer months. Residents looking for more information can visit chmafm.com and click on the Tantramar Votes banner, where you'll find over the next month important dates, candidate details, and upcoming interviews conducted by myself and fellow local journalist Mike Robar. Election Day across New Brunswick is set for May 11th. And students from Mount Allison University are being recognized after sweeping top prizes at a national Japanese language competition. 3 students represented the university at the Canadian National Japanese Speech Contest held March 29th at the University of Alberta. All 3 placed first in their respective categories. Alyssa McKenzie won the intermediate category and also received the competition's grand prize, which includes a trip to Japan. Rivka Zickler took first place in the advanced category, while Dylan Kim won the open category. The students advanced to the national competition after competing in the Atlantic Regional Contest. The results mark a strong showing for Mount Allison and its students' performance on the national stage. Over at Mount Allison's Owens Art Gallery, they're offering students a different kind of study break this weekend. The gallery is hosting a slow art study break on Saturday aimed at helping students step away from exams and deadlines. The event invites participants to spend time with a small number of artworks, focusing on observation and reflection rather than quick viewing. Organizers say the goal is to create a quieter, more intentional experience, giving students a chance to relax and reset during a busy time of year. The season is part of a broader effort to connect art with wellness, particularly during the end-of-term period when stress levels tend to be high. The event's open to students and members of the public looking for a calm, low-pressure way to engage with art. Now, over in Amherst, the town is advising residents about an accessibility issue at a local facility. The elevator at the Amherst Stadium is currently out of service until further notice. Town officials have not provided a timeline for repair, but say updates will be shared as more information becomes available. The outage may affect access to certain areas of the building, particularly for those with mobility challenges. Residents planning to visit the facility are encouraged to check ahead or contact the town for more details. Also in Amherst, Amherst police have arrested a man in connection with a March incident that involved a vehicle fleeing police and a collision in the downtown. Police say Craig Pike, 42, of Truro, was taken into custody on April 8th following an investigation that began on March 10th. That night, officers responded to a shoplifting call on Robert Angus Drive. Police say the suspects left in a vehicle which was later spotted and attempted to be stopped, but fled at a high rate of speed. The vehicle continued into the downtown, struck another vehicle on Prince Arthur Street, and left the scene before later being found abandoned. Police say Pike was located earlier this week and fled again on foot before being arrested after a short pursuit, during which a taser was deployed. He now faces 6 charges in total, spanning incidents from March 10 to April 8th, including flight from police, dangerous driving, leaving the scene of an accident, resisting arrest, and assaulting a police officer. Pike appeared in court on April 9th, and the investigation is ongoing. And that's all for your daily local news with CHMA. I'm Clinton Davis here in Tantramar. Have a great weekend.
Hi, I'm Robin Lightfoot from the Ralph Picker Bell Library on campus. You're listening to CHMA.
And here is your CHMA Atlantic update. The New Brunswick government is spending millions of dollars to get ready for wildfire season. The province is adding more than 70 new year-round forest rangers and spending $3 million on new aircraft that can scoop water from rivers and lakes. It's also spending millions on new preparedness investments. Premier Susan Holt says her government is preparing for wildfire season early because of record low precipitation and prolonged drought conditions. New Brunswick is more than doubling the money it spends on roads used by farmers. The provincial government says it's bumping the budget for the agricultural roads program from $100,000 to $250,000. Funds can be used for minor upgrades on public but not maintained roads. That includes drainage systems, enhancing base materials, and grading. Mounties say one person is dead and another is fighting for their life after a shooting in central Newfoundland that's believed to be targeted. RCMP say they were called about a shooting yesterday at a home in Grand Falls, Windsor, west of Gander. A person from inside the home was airlifted to hospital with critical injuries while the suspect fled in a vehicle. Police later tracked down the vehicle and officers found a person dead nearby. A Mountie in Cape Breton has been charged with uttering threats against a woman he knows. Nova Scotia's Police Oversight Agency says it began an investigation in February after receiving a complaint from the RCMP detachment in Badek. The Serious Incident Response Team says the officer was charged yesterday. He is expected to appear in provincial court in Sydney on April 13th. A man in northern Labrador is facing multiple charges after allegedly making threats and brandishing a knife. Police in Notwashish say they received reports of a man threatening multiple people on Tuesday. Later, the same man was reportedly causing a disturbance and threatening people with a knife at a store. The 27-year-old is charged with possessing a weapon, uttering threats, and failure to comply with a probation order. Former Canadian swim star and two-time Olympic medalist Nancy Garapik is dead at age 84. The Halifax native set a world record as a 13-year-old in the 200-meter backstroke at the 1975 Eastern Canadian Swimming Championships in Brantford, Ontario. She was named Canada's youngest ever female athlete of the year at age 14, and the following year she earned bronze medals at the 1976 Olympic Games in Montreal. Garapic was also a member of the Canadian Olympic Hall of Fame, the Nova Scotia Sports Hall of Fame, and the Canadian Sports Hall of Fame. And that has been your CHMA Atlantic Update.
Hi, I'm Margaret Ann, and you're listening to CHMA, the voice of the Tantramar Marshes.
And now for the weather. Today we're looking at sunny skies becoming a mix of sun and cloud in the afternoon, with wind becoming south 20 kilometers an hour, gusting to 40 near noon. There will be a high of 14 with a UV index of 5 or moderate. In the evening, cloudy skies with 2 millimeters of showers, wind going south 20 kilometers an hour, gusting to 40, becoming light late in the evening with a low of +3. On Saturday, April 11th, showers with a high of 7, clear skies in the nighttime with a low of -2. On Sunday, April 12th, sunny skies with a high of 10, and then increasing cloudiness in the evening with a low of 0. On Monday, April 13th, snow or rain with a high of 11, and then showers in the evening with a low of 8. On Tuesday, April 14th, cloudy with a 60% chance of showers and a high of 12, as well as cloudy skies in the evening with a 60% chance of showers and a low of +2. Finally, on Wednesday, April 15th, we're looking at cloudy skies with a 60% chance of showers and a high of +5. And that has been the weather.
Hey, this is Onesh from Sri Lanka, and you're listening to CHMA.
Thanks.
And here's Brian Nielsen with your CHMA Sports Update.
Just 3 games in the NHL last night. The Buffalo Sabres solidifying their attempt to become the best team in the Atlantic Division in the Eastern Conference overall. They defeat the New York Rangers at MSG 5-3. Final Capitals shut out the hapless Maple Leafs at home in downtown Toronto, 4-0 final there, and it was the Edmonton Oilers with the 5-2 victory over San Jose on the road. In the NBA action, the Cleveland Cavaliers defeat the Atlanta Hawks 122-116 at home. Magic by 12 over the Timberwolves in Orlando 132-120. Pistons taking care of business, securing the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. They win 137-111 over the Milwaukee Bucks. The Denver Chicken Nuggets 136 victors over the Memphis Grizzlies, who only managed 119 points. Spurs by 11 over the Portland Trailblazers 112-101. It was the OKC Thunder decimating the Clippers 128-110, and a tight one at the end of the night in the Valley of the Sun. The Phoenix squad defeats the Dallas Mavericks 112-107. Professional Women's Hockey League, they had some action last night, and they saw the Seattle Torrent travel to the nation's capital, and they defeat the Ottawa Charge 5-3 final in that one. And Major League Baseball, Toronto Blue Jays finally replying to all the losses to the Dodgers. They come back to defeat the Boys in Blue 4-3 final from the Sky Dome. Padres defeat the Pirates in Pennsylvania 8-2 final there. Guardians by 8 over the Royals 10-2. Boston shuts out the Brewers 5-0 in other afternoon action, and it was the Arizona D-backs with the 7-2 victory over the New York Mets in Citi Field, evening up their record on the season 6-6, and the other New York squad loses as well as the Athletics defeat the Bronx Bombers 3-2 final in that one. And finally, a little tough one up at Tully Rocket High School. Boys volleyball squad, they lose both their games yesterday to Salisbury and LJR Lou J. Robichaud.
And that's Brian Nielsen with your CHMA Sports Update. Please be sure to check out Brian's show on Mondays at 8:30 a.m. for more sports commentary.
Hey, this is Oliver from Sackville, and you're listening to CHMA.
And that was your CHMA News. Please visit www.chmafm.com for more news and to sign up for our email newsletter. Funding is provided by our monthly sustainers, the Community Radio Fund of Canada, and the Municipality of Tantchamar's Community Development Grant. If you have a story idea or would like to include an announcement, please write us at news@chmafm.com.
Hey folks, this is a call for all artists in and around Tantramar. The Art Love Tour is coming to town and you're invited to showcase your talent. You can join them on April 16th at 6 p.m. at the Tantramar Veterans Memorial Civic Center. This is going to be an exciting live speed painting competition. Selected artists will have just 20 minutes to create a masterpiece in front of a live audience. So this is your chance to shine and connect with fellow creatives as you also share your art with the community. So don't miss out, folks. Hey folks, if you're looking for a fun and creative way to spend your Sunday, the Make Something Sunday program is now back with freestyle weaving. This is a hands-on workshop where kids 12 and under, along with their grown-ups, can play with weaving in a whole new way. This includes mixing yarn, fabric strips, and recycled treasures along with colorful beads to create their own one-of-a-kind textile artwork. So head down there on Sunday, April 19th at the Owens Art Gallery from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. This program is offered free of charge and requires no booking, so mark your calendars.
Are you looking for fresh art and new voice in Sackville? The Owen Art Gallery is presenting Lasting Impression, Fine Art Graduate Exhibition 2026, on view from March 21st to May 12th. This annual exhibition features work by graduating students from Mount Allison Pierre Lanson School of Fine Art, showcasing a wide range of media, idea, and creative approach. Come see what this year's emerging artists have been making. The vernissage at 2 p.m. at the Owen Art Gallery.
The Women's International News Gathering Service is an all-women independent radio production company that produces and distributes news and current affairs programs by and about women around the world. Wings airs on CHMA every Wednesday at 10 a.m.
Hello, everyone. You are listening to Maya Noel with the Late Morning Show on CHMA 106.9 FM in Sackville, New Brunswick, voice of the marshes. We have some music to get into today, so let's jump right in. First up, we have Garrett Cato and Dee Holt with Chasing a Thread, and then we're going to listen to Apparat with Hum of Maybe. Enjoy.
Ceiling fan staring back at me. Feel you breathing in. Feels like everything, but I'm still hoping I won't regret. Something that you said that night in your bed, creating all these stories up in my head. Oh no, here I go again. I wonder what you like, wonder if it could end. I can keep a promise, but I can't pretend. Oh no, here I go again, chasing a thread. said that night in your bed, creating all these stories up in my head. Oh no, here I go again. Wonder what you like, wonder if it could end. I can keep a promise, but I can't pretend. Oh no, here I go again, chasing a thread. Everything was too near. Clocks falling on themselves. Doors lean tired, praying.
You just listened to Apparat with Hum of Maybe on CHMA 106.9 FM in Sackville, New Brunswick, voice of the marshes. I'm Maya Noel, and this is the Late Morning Show. We also listened to Garrett Cato and Dee Holt with Chasing a Thread. Next up, we have Hooper with Roxton and Gabriella Richardson with Mononoke.